And I was like, the cops are on the way to your house. I was just like, they're coming to talk to you. And that's when I was like a little bit of panic in his face, just a little bit.
Police realize they need to speak with Aiden. Maybe he can shed some light on what happened.
Are you willing to kind of give me a statement about what's going on?
Yeah, so we're at Trey's house, and then I stayed there till probably like 1:50 a.m. And then I was really late to be home, so I just had to leave, or else my mom would like seriously just kill me.
He had changed his story from, I didn't see her, to I saw her and walked her home, basically, and then changed it to, well, we got in an argument and I pushed her down.
We started walking home, and then next to like where that brick wall starts up there,
Okay.
is where like she touched my and I like pushed her off me real hard, and then I just kind of walked away out of anger.
As the day went on and the night went on, we found more and more video surveillance, and you could actually start following them through the neighborhood. And so then we knew he was the last one with her.
A short period of time later, Aiden was caught running on video by himself, holding his shoes. And there was no Tristan in the video.
When you have a lot of the witnesses, a lot of the people involved, and they're minors, it's very easy for what somebody heard and what something goes through as rumor versus the truth to diverge.
Police detain Aiden and Trey in the back of a cruiser, and that's when Aiden does something very concerning.
Eventually, they all pull up in the front of the house, and they move me into the squad car with Aiden. He was like, let's make memories. Like, you make a Snapchat memory and you save it. So we remember whenever, like, all this happened.
It's in a cop car, cuz. She's tripping, dude. It's so right on this. Oh my god. Damn, dude, has like flashbangs in back there.
Aiden was put in the back of a police car to be questioned and posted on Snapchat. Real self-serving picture of him, like defiant and pretending that he didn't know anything about this.
We're having fun in a car.
Yep. Tristan.
What's up, guys?
Yep.
Tristan, if you walk out the damn...
When you see this in a month. I made one and I was just like, Tristan, whenever you do come back and they find you, I'm gonna be so mad at you. I had to sit in the back of a cop car for like 30 minutes. I didn't know anything happened.
His friends started messaging him. One friend messaged him that you know why she went missing, that you know what happened here.
Were there any other conversations that you had with Aiden?
He made a joke about us being in prison. And I was like, that's not funny. He was like, wouldn't it be funny if like we both went to the same prison? And I was like, no, not really.
Looking at his behavior, it just felt downright sadistic, disgusting the way that he behaved.
Disbelief. I think to know that somebody could be so cold, and I just don't even have words for it. It was hard to watch that.
Let me see your phone. Thank you. Take his phone too for now. We're gonna be holding on to your phones, all right, buddy?
Hey Siri, text Dream Girl, they took my phone, I'm using Siri, and I love you, bye. Hey Siri, text Dream Girl, I can't see your text, the phone's in the front seat, I'm talking through the glass. Hey Siri, text Dream Girl, please stick with me through this.
Just had a complete and total arrogance, just a lack of care of human life.
What's this place?
This is a holding room.
Once he's brought into the station, Aiden stops talking to authorities. But when his parents come into the room, their recorded conversation reveals a lot more.
You know they found this girl, right?
Where?
In our neighborhood, down our main street.
Is she good?
No,
she's not.
She's dead.
Parents asked to see him, so he was placed in a room with them, and they just started, asking questions.
This is very important. It's all on you right now.
What is my problem?
You were
You
the
were
last
the
one
last
with
one
her.
seen with her. So right now, it's facing you right now, son. So however you talk, you breathe, you think, then you respond.
This is very serious, Aiden. You can't act like I don't know.
I think it gave a lot of insight into his character and who he is. His whole attitude was very nonchalant. You're 14 years old and this is your classmate and your friend and you were with her last night.
Did you kiss or do anything with this girl?
Be honest as you can.
Yeah, I kissed her.
Anything further?
Mm-hmm.
So your DNA is going to be on her?
His story was that they got to this particular intersection and they had kissed, and then she grabbed his private part and he pushed her down.
She pushed her down and then you walked away. We shouldn't be talking. You walked away, you came straight home. You didn't turn back around and see where she went?
Did they ever say why it took you so long to get home?
Mm-hmm. So I walked around.
By yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Did you just walk really slow home?
Mm-hmm.
She hit her head, but I just left her there and claimed to have just walked home after that.
He doesn't get home until 2 hours later. And what was he doing in those 2 hours? Well, he said he was just walking around.
Do you know if this girl got picked up?
I told him about her dealer.
You think she got picked up by him?
I mean, probably.
Aiden introduced that into the mix, that there was some person that sold, and it wasn't even necessarily her. I mean, he said that was her dealer.
She said she wasn't coming home. She said she's gonna find somebody to stay at
After
their
you left
house.
her there walking? Like, you think she got picked up after that? She just kept walking?
Probably.
Here is this model young person who is beloved in her community, who has a tight-knit family, who is a great student, a cheerleader, and somehow she disappears and goes to a drug dealer's house. Didn't make any sense.
Did you see this 20-year-old kid? You didn't get in his car?
I never even saw him before. I just heard about him.
That night?
Oh no, I've heard about him many times.
Aiden says he doesn't know anything about Tristan's murder. When we return, can anyone get him to talk?
You didn't do nothing right.
What's that?
It's a hell of a bad time, bad spot. Leaving a 13-year-old girl by herself in the middle of the streets at 3 o'clock in the morning is not smart.
Don't buy Viagra or Cialis anywhere before trying this trick. It's called Friday Plans.